Hi, it's Wesley with Expandacraft here, and we're doing a motor test. We're testing out a new motor, and we're going to tell you all about it and all about the person that came up with it. This is the Expandacraft Outrigger Kit on a 20-something-year-old canoe. And go ahead and give us your spiel on what we're doing, what we're testing here today.
All right, basically what we're doing is we have an air-cooled 35cc Honda motor, guys, on a very short, small outboard leg, and we of course attached it to this, which is going to see how this can move a larger vessel with 1.3 horsepower.
Can you tell me the difference between this motor and a weed eater motor?
The weed eater motors typically are 31cc and lower. This is 35, which is kind of the threshold of what you need to use. It has a geared lower unit, so therefore, you know, it takes that torque and modifies it at the prop, so you can get 4 or 5 miles an hour out of this with no issue, and you don't have to run full speed. And
people can buy just the lower unit.
Correct.
And put a different motor on, or they can buy the complete unit from KayakBuddies.com.
Correct.
All right, so we're going to crank this thing up and get it pointed and show you what it's going to do.
They should be able to run pretty good.
All right, we're rolling here. Now we have the other Honda. That's a Honda 2.3, and it moves this boat fairly nice. But honestly, we were out earlier in this one, and even at half throttle, that little motor from Kayak Buddy really does the trick. And this is just barely getting on the throttle. And that's an Expandacraft 8-foot wide. You could put 4 or 5 people on there. I've had as many as 6. And off you go. And that's not even, well, that's probably, I don't know, half throttle. He's going to come back by here in just a moment. We're going to follow him for a second, pause, and then video a little bit of him coming back in. All right, so here he comes, about half throttle. And I gotta say, I think the boat would do better with a little more weight in it, because I'm looking at it and it's a little bow high. So that means the sterns are squatting. If the sterns are squatting, you're making drag, and I'm looking a little ripples behind that boat. And let me see if I can get him to come over this way. There he goes. And yeah, it's a little stern squatty. That's because the boat is completely empty except for I've got 2 motors on the back of it. And I'm going to keep going around. Keep going by me. Yeah, make a nice little run this way. Yeah, now we get to see it a little closer up. Definitely needs some more weight forward. But you can see how nicely that thing accelerates. And it's not that loud, really. I mean, it is an outboard engine, but it's not that loud. Nice turning radius due to the big old sailing rudder that we have on that machine. All right, here she comes. I think he said that you can spin the motor around, but one issue that you have here is, just for testing today, the motor is not pinned into the forward position, so he's kind of having to steer the motor and the rudder. Usually what I do, of course, is you set the motor into just go straight position, and then use the very effective rudder to steer. And then you don't have to have 2 hands on the helm. How'd you like that?
You know, it got to 5 miles an hour.
It did?
Oh no, it did with no problem.
I told you it would.
I wasn't expecting, I'm going to be honest with you, because I've never put it on a unit this large.
Yeah.
But, no, it got 5 miles an hour, and that's about 3/4 throttle.
I told you this thing was more effective than, and that's what all the drag of a great big bimini top and everything. And it honestly would go, I think, faster with a little weight in the front, because it was stern squatting.
But it's a great, let me tell you, the noise level was not an issue.
Yeah, because you're only like half throttle.
Half throttle, yeah.
Give them your website.
It's www.kayakbuddies.com.
Guys, you got to check this out. We're going to have this on more Expandacraft as the time goes on, and you're going to see this is a fabulous motor. This is the best motor. What's a unit like that going to run you?
The leg itself is only $200. Once you add the accessories and if you want upgraded parts on it, of course, it's about $569 for a full setup.
$569.
$569, yeah.
That's
for a Honda,
half the price of that Honda 2.3 on the other side of the boat.
It's a real Honda. It's not a clone motor. If they want, that's the big thing that happens to come up with the
Yeah.
conversations is it a real Honda? It's a real Honda.
Well, this is a good marriage. Expandacraft and Kayak Buddies. You're going to see a lot more of the two of us.
Absolutely.
Expandacraft.com, kayakbuddies.com. Check us out. Subscribe.